Alright, guys. Oh, shoot. My mic working? Is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Um, anyways, so we are going to be ranking MLB teams based on how likely they are to win the World Series. Um, yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be an instant, like, very improbable. They could, very improbable. San Diego, gotta be like the 2019 Nets. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they didn't have the best season last season, but that's because like everybody got injured. The Mariners, um, I forget. Um, weren't they like okay last season? Did they make the playoffs? I don't think they did. But I think they could be worthy of getting hot for the postseason. Still not very likely, but yeah. Instant. All right. So the Dodgers, I think they might be a three-peat kind of team. They might be like the Chiefs of the MLB by now. Like they have Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Heck, the list goes on. Will Smith, a lot of people. O's, I would not be surprised either. But they do have to not choke in the postseason. The Orioles are like the Chargers of the MLB. Getting out of the NFL state of mind and trying to. Yeah, I don't think they're making the playoffs. Um, I I think they're gonna cut it out at like 80 and 82, probably. The Rays, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, yeah. The Twins, they're okay. They could get hot for the postseason. It's like the Red Sox. I think they're like the Red Sox, but a little better. At least what I'm predicting. I wouldn't be surprised either if the Phillies won. I don't think we have to talk about that one. The A's have just been a dumpster fire for so long. I don't know that they're gonna win a World Series in like 20 years. Next time they win the World Series will be a long time. The Reds, they're not the best team ever, but I could see them making the playoffs and getting hot. Um, I think they barely scratched the playoffs and made it to the World Series that one season. I just don't think that the Diamondbacks can even make it back to the big stage like they did and then got spanked. I also don't think the Cardinals will do it. Oh no. No. I think the 162 and 0 might only belong to the Dodgers. Um, Mets, worthy of getting hot for the postseason. Yeah. The Angels, they're scrappy. They're scrappy, but I don't think they make the playoffs. It's I find them pretty fun to watch, honestly. Um, yeah. I think it'll be a good season for them. Not like playoffs, but yeah, I don't think they're very worthy. Gotta be like the 2019 Nats. Yeah, all of them. Royals. Did they make? Yeah, they made it last year. I think they could get hot and make it to the ALCS at least this season. I know it's a hot take, but if it's anything like last season, I think they make it to the ALCS. The the outdated Guardians. Can I still? Should I call them the Indians? I don't know. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's once again if it's anything like last season. I would not be surprised if they made it to the World Series at least. Um, Toronto. I think they could make it into the playoffs. They could be like the Mets. The Mets this previous season that we just got to see. But the Blue Jays, I don't think will make it very far. But it is. I think it's likely that they make the playoffs. The White Sox, nah. The poor A's and the White Sox got robbed out of a first round pick, and the Nationals just somehow found a way. I don't know how they did it. Detroit, um, I think they could make it into the playoffs. I'm not saying anything like World Series worthy, but I think they could make it into the playoffs. Genuinely, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Houston made it back. Actually, no. I think they're another one of those like mid-tier playoff teams possible. I think it is very probable that they make the playoffs, but I would kind of be surprised if they made it to the World Series and or won it. Um the Pirates just get really hot at the start of the season and then just can't scratch anything out for the rest of the season. San Fran, yeah, I also don't think the are they the Giants? Yeah, the Giants. I think they're one of like these teams too. Milwaukee. Yeah, I think they made yeah, they made the playoffs last season. So I think they could step it up a little bit and get past the wild card for the first time in like a million years. Um I I don't think they could make it to the World Series. If they're lucky, they can make it to the NLCS. My team, they got to be like their 2019 selves. I honestly think on it. I've been scouting them a lot for spring training. I think if if their pitching plays really well, they could make it to the playoffs. But I don't think that's very likely either way. Maybe next season. The Cubs, I would be surprised, but they could get hot in the postseason. Let me fix this real quick. I'm gonna demote the Reds. Yeah, hold up. Let me see this. Yeah, I think the Orioles could go down. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the World Series, but they would have to get hot like they have not been doing. Well, yeah. Here's my tier list. The Dodgers stand alone. Yeah, that's my prediction. The Dodgers run it back, or the Braves. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these teams won. I would be kind of surprised if the Guardians did, but I think the Guardians are worthy of wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's it. Boom. I wasn't satisfied with my last video, so yeah, boom.